and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, December 5th. Our top source for the day, Wes, is going to tell us if K-pop has been cursed or not.
It would appear that way, Will.
What's K-pop?
It has been cursed.
We're going to get into it.
Okay.
Sounds like a drug. I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's not what someone said, like Canadian said. Say, K-pop.
Like a drug for kids?
Agreeing with someone.
Everyone needs drugs.
K-pop.
It's not a Canadian agreeing with their dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, pop.
K-pop.
All right. And then Pat, myself, and Mark will take us through a lightning round of other headlines. Get us going with that K-pop. Wes.
All right. You guys remember that singer Psy and his smash hit Gangnam Style?
How can I forget?
What a fantastic song, right? Whoop, 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 whoop. Gangnam Style. It's brilliant, right? So most of us that heard that song and saw the video knew Psy was Asian.
Yeah.
Most people probably couldn't tell you what Asian country he was from.
Korea, right?
South
One of the
Korea.
richer ones for sure.
Is that because he was fat?
What's that?
He was a little chunky.
He was a little, he was well fed.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of,
Looks a little like Kim Jong-un.
Wasn't
And
hurting
money.
for meals.
And money, you
Yeah.
could tell. Yeah.
one of the richer ones.
Nice
Also,
shoes.
Gangnam, if you is a neighborhood, right?
Yeah, it's an affluent neighborhood.
It's like
yeah.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So, guys, as the resident expert on all things Asian, because I have a half Asian son, I'm here to let everyone know that Psy is from South Korea, and that song introduced the world to the phenomenon known as K-pop, or Korean pop music and culture. And it is a fucking juggernaut with groups like BTS, which
Heard of
is
them.
which is South Korea's version of the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and 98 Degrees combined, because there's fucking 7 of them. And while their pick looks like half of them are female, I believe they are all male. Anyway, K-pop is huge. It's $1 billion
They're
industry.
gender fluid, Wes?
Look, just look at the picture, Mark.
Okay.
You'll see what I mean.
Yeah,
You won't be able to pick them
BTS.
out.
Gender fluid.
Yeah, gender fluid.
Leave
There
it
you go.
alone.
Okay. K-pop is huge. It's probably $1 billion industry, and has even taken over our own Billboard charts by storm with BTS's 2008 album "Love Yourself" Tear debuting at #1 on the Billboard Top 200.
Tear emoji or the word tear?
It's just
Both.
colon tear. Love yourself colon tear.
No. Is it like? Does it sound like the Backstreet Boys?
It's actually...
Yeah.
It's actually all emojis.
Yeah, it's all emojis.
It's
We're
just
gonna-
like a... Yeah, it's all
We're gonna
emojis.
play you a song at the end of the end of the podcast to kill yourself.
Kill yourself too.
Jesus.
Cut that.
No, you're fine.
Well, there's some suicide coming up, so that was in bad taste.
Get through it.
All right. So American teens go just as crazy for these guys as they did the Backstreet Boys, and it's very. The K-pop community has been plagued by a recent scandal and death, and its ugly underbelly is being exposed, like when I roll over on my beach towel. So here's a timeline of what has happened so far. So in March, the curse began, as they all do, with a singer named Sengri, when he was charged with being a great host when he provided prostitutes to investors at his private club. This sent the stock shares of the agency that represented his band, Big Bang, plummeting. But that was about as tame as it got.
What? I mean, that's like
Big Bang.
That's 101 in the entertainment industry.
That's just regular shit, right?
When your investors are in,
Yeah.
you take them to Chicas Bonitas.
But that's what got the boulder rolling. So fast forward to June, the founder of the agency that represented Sengri stepped down amidst drug and sex scandals. So we're heating up. Move to October, girl band member Sully was found dead of an apparent suicide after being ridiculed and cyberbullied for not wearing a bra.
Whoa.
Come on.
Which is apparently hated by the prude South Korean fan base.
They like bras over there? That's big bra.
Yeah, I guess.
That's big bra messing
What?
with you.
Yes, this is all true. November, 28-year-old singer Kuhara and close friend of Sully was found dead in her home, leaving a note expressing despair about cyberbullying over her relationships with men. So it sounds like some jealous losers and fans who thought
no.
they were... Yeah.
All these people are killing themselves over fan comments?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, it's not just fan comments. It's
28 years
Yeah,
old.
but it's like millions of fan comments.
Sure.
Right. It's like you can't.
Well, I'm
avoid
negative,
it. You
not
can't
fans, not
escape
fans.
It.
Hate
It's
comments.
your entire life
Haters.
is
Haters.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But
haters.
But
can
a
suck it.
28-year-old, like I get a 17-year-old. That's tough.
You know what they need to do? They need to send Ice-T over there to talk to all these K-pop people. Ice-T would have them not recognizing the haters real quick.
Yeah, Ice-T destroys haters and hecklers.
Yeah, he loves it on Twitter,
He
yeah.
absolutely just destroys.
What'd you say to me?
Yeah.
What do you say, the boomer thing? What was that all about?
Well, he said at one of the Warp Tours back in the day when we were teenagers, he said that people were booing him. He goes, "Now I'm going to get one of your white girls pregnant." But he just he absolutely he will take the heckling and he will throw it right
Give it
back
right
at
back
you.
at
Yeah.
you.
Shut up, half
Yeah.
his fans.
Someone going to do an iced tea? Or?
No, I can't.
I get a white woman pregnant. Get your white woman pregnant.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. All right, so probably like jealous fans and losers who thought that she was only there saw too many Instagram pictures of her cheating on them. November, Two K-pop stars are sentenced to 5 and 6 years in jail. One, Jung Jun-young, for the recording his rape of a woman and sharing online.
Oh, come on.
Yep. The other,
Whoa.
Choi Jong-hoon, who raped the same woman from Young's video on the same night. The
Whoa.
two were apparently joking about drugging and raping women in chat rooms online.
Why are they in
K-pop
chat
stars?
rooms online?
Yeah, these are K-pop fucking stars.
Good point, Will. Why are they in chat rooms online?
Yeah.
So a couple of the K-pop female stars killed themselves over bullying, and a couple of the males were
Raping.
videotaping
Aggressively
Yep.
raping people and
Yeah.
taping it.
And just this week, 27-year-old K-pop star Cha In-ha was found dead in his home. No official cause of death, but just days before he died, he posted on Instagram, quote, "Everyone be careful not to catch the cold."
What does that mean?
The cold is, I don't know, maybe the depression? I'm not sure.
Wow. This is
so-
fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out these young artists are suffering what a lot of young artists suffer, extreme pressure to perform. Their drugs, sex, exhausting schedules of drugs and sex, and God complexes where they think they are above the law.
Well, album covers alone, they probably spend 8 hours a day taking album cover photos.
Yeah.
And like the cell phone, they're always like sponsoring cell phones. Always.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Billboards.
Yep.
A lot of cell phone ads. That's a lot of
A lot of
pressure.
cell phone ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, that was from Mark's recent trip to Korea.
I wasn't in Korea. I wish. I think you're thinking of Tahiti.
Okay.
All right.
So that's it. I mean, this whole industry in South Korea is just
Crumbling.
obviously gotten out of hand.
What a nothing of story. You're going to tell me about some music I don't know about and some people I
This
don't
is
care
a pretty
about?
fucked up story.
Yeah, that's
is.
pretty. It's
How
fucked
they're
up. It's like imagine if all the boy bands just
Yeah.
all started like dying
Yeah,
back
imagine
in the
if Nick
90s.
Lachey.
Ariana
Yeah.
Grande, Taylor Swift, and everyone like got arrested or killed
Yeah.
themselves.
It's
or,
huge
Like,
news
yeah.
in South. It's
These are the biggest stars, like pretty much in the world. They're huge.
yeah.
Okay. But what are we doing to help Aaron Carter, you know?
Well, yeah.
Well,
Millions of
they should have
dollars.
learned from America. The fallout
That's-
can be rough for some of these pop stars.
Don't ever say Pat's not American after this.
No,
one.
I'm a nationalist when it comes to media.
Yeah.
All right, got an interesting comment chain for you guys. So Keith Dalton decided to chime in when it came to singer Kuhara saying missed the 27 Club by a year.
Oh, because she killed herself.
Mhm.
Oh, nice, Keith.
Oh.
Yeah, referring to like
She
you know.
didn't make it.
Right,
to
right.
27.
The
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain Club or
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. or
And then
whoever else.
Anthony De Silva came back with Keith Dalton. Actually, in Korea, you are age 1 at birth.
Oh, my God.
So if this is Korean age 28, she was 27 by the rest of the world's way of measuring age.
What is that?
Oh, my God.
And then
It's just a smartass.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Keith Dalton said, Anthony De Silva, sorry, my bad. I promise to stick with stars outside of Korea for purposes of accuracy.
Oh, shots
This is
fired.
a sick little.
Yeah. And then
This is a sick little combo.
and Anthony De Silva fired back, Keith Dalton, it really depends on whether the news came from a Korean news source
Oh,
or
my God.
outside of Korea, but they do have that strange way of counting age here. It can be very confusing.
Fuck both of those people.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That was the most fucked up text or comment chain I think
They were
I've found.
having fun with that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
just
were.
loving it. It was like a
Let's
fucked
get-
up Reddit thread.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get over to a more fun topic in the lightning round.
Let's do it, please.
Massive day for impeachment, guys. We have moved from the House Intelligence Committee to the House Judiciary Committee.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good news for my Predictit, Pat.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
bad
of
for
people
all
are,
of us.
A lot of people are saying, but Pat, what's the difference? Well, the Judiciary Committee is like the Intelligence Committee's tougher, more athletic friend who administers justice and leaves it all on the field. Whereas the Intelligence Committee wears glasses and is always talking about doing something, but never actually gets out there and makes a play.
Yes.
Yes, it's also
And-
where impeachment articles have to be drawn.
Right. And the act that what Will said is what actually is going on. It's the last step before a House vote.
Yeah, some are saying my analogy's pretty good.
It's where weed legalization gets the ball rolling,
Big
too.
time. So yesterday, the hard-charging Judiciary Committee held its first hearing, which consisted of a riveting debate between 4 constitutional lawyers about exactly what constitutes high crimes and misdemeanors, and if Trump did any of them. Yeah, the Republican members of the committee pretty much tried to stall the hearings. That was their main MO, using any and all parliamentary tactics at their disposal. Things like forcing a roll call for the 41 members of the committee 3 times during the hearing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. making sure everyone's in their seats.
Got to get that roll call 3 times.
Yeah. Now, guys, this is a good thing for those of you who took our advice and bet no on Trump to be impeached in 2019.
Yeah, we need about 10,000 more roll calls.
With our partners at Predictit.org. The Republicans trying to slow it down.
Yeah.
Predictit.org is the place where you can wager on news and politics in a stock market format. It's fantastic, legal in all 50 states, quick payouts. Right now, you can buy no on will impeachment occur in 2019 at 54 cents.
That's like 52 cents now.
Yeah,
right
it
around
keeps dropping. All right, this is bad. This was actually a bad day for us, I think. But
well, yeah,
Very bad.
And to that point, guys, I'm feeling a little shook because the House has extended their session with voting days scheduled the 17th through the 20th of December.
Yeah, we were DMing and tweeting with a guy who was like, December 13th is the last day that they're in session.
It was
so
the 12th. Yeah,
it was. They extended a week, so we're still just hoping that they don't get the vote through by the time that they're done with voting days.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything yet.
Nothing yet.
That extension is the impeachment
That's
extension.
true. Now,
Right.
guys, one thing that might be closer to a sure thing, though, is how many articles of impeachment will there be, which is also on Predictit.org. You can gamble on that. There are currently 3 that they're considering, and that's abuse of power and bribery, obstruction of justice, and obstruction of Congress. So right now, 3 articles is at 42 cents. 2 at 18 cents. You can get in on the action by going to our special URL. We'll match your first deposit of $20 or more with a free $20. All you have to do is go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20. That's predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20.
Yeah.
A quick side note on the politics stuff. A CBC microphone caught a mean group of world leaders including Justin Trudeau, Boris Johnson, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, talking shit about the Donald.
What a ragtag group.
Yeah, and what I can only describe as an international incident of schoolyard bullying, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, that was
Well,
bullying.
It was like the nerds bullying. Like, well, I mean, Trump. I mean, at NATO, regardless of how you feel about Trump, he's the president of the United States, so he's swinging the
You don't
biggest
want
hammer in the room.
Macron- You don't want Macron bullying him.
Haters gonna hate.
No. you
Yeah,
want the
haters
French
gonna hate. I
president.
think Ice-T should have been there too.
Right. They're right after they bullied him, they were going to go on the chat and bully the K-pop star.
Show you how to deal with the haters.
Yeah.
What's up with Elon Musk, Willie?
All right, yeah, let's move. Well, with Trump too, I heard Pat. Did you see anything about the? I watched just clips online, and it seemed like the constitutional law scholars that they had, like, so the Democrats had like 2 or 3, and then the Republicans had
3.
1,
There was 1, yeah.
and they just totally disagreed with each other. So
Yeah, pretty much. It was a real nerd festival, and if you're a history buff, they were like referencing case law from like the early parts of
so that's fun.
the formation of America and shit.
But how
fun
fucking
stuff.
stupid is that? How fucking stupid is that? Both parties just trot out people that constitutional scholars that completely disagree on this issue.
Well, the Republican one did say that Trump's call was far from perfect, and that he did not vote for Trump. So
Sure. But he also said that they haven't proved that he's done anything impeachable. And then all the other law professors said that he has. So how good are those law professors? Because they all fucking see it.
Let's slow it down, Dems. Let's wait till after Christmas.
Yeah,
Everyone
slow
go
it down.
home.
Yeah. Just slow it
Go
down.
home and enjoy their families before they do anything rash.
Something
Right.
might come out, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Just slow it down. Let us
Slow
win
it
some
down.
money. All right, let's move it over to Elon's world. All right. Elon Musk's defamation suit kicked off at a U.S. district court in L.A. on Tuesday. He's, of course, trying to defend himself from claiming that Thai cave soccer kid diver helper Vernon Unsworth, who he called a pedo guy on Twitter, Elon's trying to defend that was a general insult and not an alleged statement of fact, even though he also bet somebody a signed dollar on Twitter that it was true, and he later
Right.
deleted that tweet.
Yeah, what about the 4 triple, quadruple downs afterwards?
Yeah.
He
he's
said those
definitely
were
a pedo
also
guy.
jokes.
Yeah, oh, they were all jokes.
All jokes.
I'm kind of confused here. Wait, a British diver is suing a South African national for a comment he made in Thailand in an LA district court?
Yeah, because Elon
Okay.
Musk is an American citizen now. I
Just
think.
checking.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So, anyways, all those double downs, yes, were also indeed jokes, guys. It's a funny suit all around, according to Musk at least. Not only does Musk insist that it's not an actual allegation that he made, but a joke, the LA judge also had a lot of difficulty finding non-Tesla owners and people who don't already follow Musk on Twitter to sit in the jury for the case. So basically,
Oh,
just
wow.
all Musk fans. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Also, it is LA. Also, Elon claims to not have much cash because he's so selflessly invested his salary back into stock in his companies, so he doesn't have many liquid assets for Vernon to sue for anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't have a pot to piss in. Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Fucking billionaire.
Yep, he's worth $30 billion or something like that, but he doesn't have any cash on him actually, and it's in my company, so you can't make me sell it. So
I thought this was settled out of court already.
I
to be
feel like
honest with you.
why wouldn't?
why
I?
would well because Unsworth couldn't get it out of
Stand
him.
on saying that it could like affect him getting work. In the
I think
future,
Musk
being
knew he
willing
was
to
going to
put up-
win.
Yeah, I mean, just give him like 200,000 and get it over with.
Yeah.
It's probably how it's going to end. In his testimony, Musk suggested some advice for Unsworth to hear. Quote, "As my mom said, if somebody insults you, just let it go." So that's
Scumbag dad said, right, Elon?
Yeah. And so I'm not sure when the trial is going to wrap up, but considering that most of the jurors own Teslas, and this case sounds pretty much laughable all around, I'm assuming Elon's got much, much more expensive attorneys. He's probably going to end up okay.
Yep. No, just going to bankrupt Vernon Unsworth.
Right.
To fly over and pay lawyer
He'll be
fees.
buying discounted
Nice.
child porn.
Well, good news, guys. North Korea is going to send us a Christmas gift. That's right. They're sending a Christmas gift to the United States. But what that present contains apparently is going to depend on the outcome of ongoing talks between Washington and Pyongyang.
They're incentivizing us. I love that.
That's what the top officials over there in North Korea are warning us. So I guess it's either 1 million Baby Yoda dolls or a nuclear attack. Really hoping for the former.
It sounds like a bag of shit.
Yeah, it could be a bag of shit.
When someone's like, I got a gift for you depending on how good you do.
They send us their trash, like
Duterte style or Canada to Duterte?
exactly.
Wouldn't be a lot of food
I hope
wrappers
it's
in
the
there.
Yodas though, because those dolls, Baby Yoda dolls, are so damn cute. I actually want to dress my cats up as Baby Yoda dolls permanently. Like, just get them.
How would that work? You can't make them look like a baby Yoda.
I'm gonna try to figure it out.
A cat?
I'm gonna figure it out.
Oh,
I'm working on it.
That's going to result in the death of a cat, at least one.
No, they're gonna be fine.
One's gonna
Some
die.
are speculating this means that North Korea is going to resume long-range missile testing, something we think they have stopped, but they probably haven't. But they have been doing plenty of documented short-range missile testing, and we haven't made any progress in recent talks with them in the past few months. North Korea also has a self-imposed end-of-year deadline with the Trump administration for nuclear negotiations, whatever that means. Like
They'll
wherever they
probably
wanna
meet
get to
that.
with that.
You know.
Like, so they just want to stop talking about it by the end of the year and have what they want out of it by then. So it's shaping up to be a pretty shitty Christmas for Trump with the impeachment and the Pyongyang. nuclear
Trudeau's
threats.
making fun of him at NATO.
Everyone's making fun of him. Rough December for Trump.
You have a package, sir.
Not as simple as the Home Alone 2 extra days that he had pre-presidency.
Right.
It
But
was in
anyways,
his contract. If you shot in his building, he had to make a cameo in your movie.
that's right. North Korea's state-run Korean Central News Agency, the only news agency in Korea, announced that the country's most powerful political body, the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, will meet at the end of December in order to discuss and decide on crucial issues in line with the needs of development of the Korean Revolution and the change situation at home and abroad. It's a lot of
So how are
rhetoric
they?
there.
How are they revolutionizing? I thought they're a dictatorship.
Yeah, I don't.
The Korean
I don't know.
Revolution.
They're revolutionizing the nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un will likely reveal his plans after that meeting in his New Year's Day address, which sounds like a fun one.
Another year of terror.
Especially when you're hungry.
What are you doing if you get caught not listening? Yeah, if you get caught not listening to the address,
Yeah.
if you're like at the doctor's or something, the doctor's killed, you're killed.
Are you ready for 365 more days of being North Korea?
Yeah.
You're gonna
ears.
you're gonna
let
work
me wrap it
harder.
up.
You're gonna
Let me
eat
wrap it
less.
Yeah, exactly. Let me wrap it up. Trump isn't too worried, though. He said, "My relationship with Kim Jong-un is really good. He definitely likes sending rockets up, though, doesn't he? That's why I call him Rocket Man."
There you go. All right, guys. Noted child murderer, rapist, and self-appointed neighborhood watch captain George Zimmerman is suing the family of Trayvon Martin, the unarmed 17-year-old black teenager he shot and killed back in 2012 for $100 million is the lawsuit. Because
That's not okay.
yeah, taking the life of their unarmed child and getting acquitted for it just isn't enough.
Somebody's gonna kill this guy. One of
Yeah,
the family members is gonna
This
kill
is not
guy.
okay. Or just someone.
What's the basis of the suit? Yeah.
I'll get to it, but I do want to say that Zimmerman better hope he wins this fucking suit, because after this, there's no one anyone's having free sex with this guy. The suit alleges
That's not true. There's a lot of hateful
you think
people
people are
out
having
there.
free sex
Yeah,
with
he's
someone?
Oh
like a
yeah,
hero or
people that
something.
are down with his ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
paying for it. The suit alleges that Martin's girlfriend, Rachel Gentels,
Struggling with Rachel.
who is the key witness, I wasn't sure.
Raquel,
Could be Raquel, I don't know. Was the key witness in the murder trial that Zimmerman won. And they're claiming that she was actually a fake witness who provided a false statement to incriminate Zimmerman. Yeah. The suit cites a film called The Trayvon Hoax, produced by a man who will soon be in hell named Joel Gilbert. And in the conspiracy film, Gilbert claims to have found Trayvon's real girlfriend who refused to testify in the case.
Was she with him during the murder?
Who fucking knows?
That sounds like absolute nothing, Bert.
They're essentially saying that the woman
So
that
this will
testified
get dismissed, right?
was a fake.
Why is he doing this?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro, because he's a fucking piece of shit. And guys, this may seem horrible, but I think there's a silver lining here. With our country being so divided, I think that being able to find common ground over hating someone that everyone agrees is the world's biggest piece of shit is exactly what we need to bring us all together. So this could be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I mean, Zimmerman's he seemed like he was in the wrong the whole time. So maybe
Yeah, he needs to just go away.
Maybe just
Someone's gonna kill him.
Maybe just shut up, George.
Yeah, just shut up. Yeah.
All right, let's go on to something that's not as like nasty as that. All right, so actually it is. Never mind.
cool.
Take that back. Just as nasty. An LAPD officer has been placed on leave for an investigation into him allegedly fondling a dead woman's breast while on the job.
Man, Al Franken disease
Yeah,
is taking over.
yeah.
It's getting everyone.
This is a
Santa's?
This is a victimless crime. I'm confused.
It's not a victimless
No,
crime.
the family, the
family,
loved ones of the
His
deceased.
wife,
Yeah, his wife.
Do
Yeah,
they need to know? about
anyone who saw it.
right. Yeah, exactly.
All right, fine.
Anybody,
it? You're right. A
anybody.
lot of victims.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody
thinking
who's
about it.
listening to this now, who
Yeah.
has to hear us. All right. Anyways, the incident occurred when a pair of officers were responding to a call about a possible dead woman in a residential space. Sure enough, when they arrived on the scene, there was indeed a dead woman in the space. One of the cops walked out of the room, and the other flipped off his body cam to go in for a closer look, and that's when he grabbed the dead titty.
They heard the call come over the radio, and they're like, "We'll take this one."
Most of those body cams have like a 2-minute delay time, though.
Oh, you are so correct, Mark, because I was thinking, what? Well, how did he get caught? His body cam was off, and you're right. They have a 2-minute buffer to catch freaky shit exactly like this.
He didn't know about the buffer.
Yeah.
No, he's an
No one
idiot.
told him. He hasn't read a single news article ever.
You're gonna want to turn your body cam off,
Yeah.
wait 2 minutes, then touch the dead lady's tit.
Yeah,
Right. Well, the cops freely gave the 2-minute buffer information. Yeah.
right.
It's like it wasn't a secret. Anyways, while the LAPD is extremely disturbed by the incident and they're still investigating it, the police union has already declined to represent this nutbag, even if they do want to take him to court. And he hasn't reached out for anybody's help to represent him. So I guess he got caught dead-handed.
There you go. Nice pun at the end
There you
there.
go.
Arnold Schwarzenegger style. Will likes that one. I mean, yeah, this is what Trayvon, not George Zimmerman, should have done. Like he got
Touched a dead lady's.
no,
tit?
he fucked up and he should shut up and go away. This cop guy.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not-
like
he's like, you got me. You
yeah,
got
he's
me.
done.
Yeah.
You got
He's
me.
done. He's got to
This is
find
my
new
first
work.
one.
Yeah.
All right, you guys know what my favorite animal was as a kid?
I don't know, Mark. What was it?
Sloth.
Take a guess.
Sloth.
No.
Yeah, I don't
Nope.
know.
Polar bears.
Oh, okay.
Polar
No.
bears. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know this, but it's not a great time to be a polar bear.
I did know that.
It's not like the 90s or the decade of the polar bear, as I called it in the 90s.
Aren't they all just floating on single pieces of ice?
They're not doing great. They're having a tough time.
They're
Wes.
turning brown, right? Like they're changing color because
Drinking all
Yeah.
that Coca-Cola.
Well, one of them's turning black spray paint, which is the whole point of the story. With the polar caps melting and the fact that they decided to live on polar caps, that was the bad decision of a habitat. It's becoming an issue to be a polar bear. So probably not a good idea for pranksters in Russia to spray paint them, causing them to be unable to camouflage while hunting. But that's exactly what happened in the Chukotka region in Russia's Far East.
Struggling with Chukakata, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Rachel, it's not confirmed if that is where the polar bear that got spray painted is located, but it's likely because the video of the large, beautiful beast with T-34, which is the name of a Soviet Union tank, spray painted in huge black letters, originated in that region from the indigenous inhabitants of that region on the WhatsApp app. So they have WhatsApp all the way in freeze fuck Russia.
they're
so it's a pretty good
pranking
endorsement for
polar
WhatsApp.
bears.
So they drugged. They obviously they had to have drugged it, right? They didn't just.
I don't know. I mean,
some
if you live out
ballsy-
there, you're
ballsy
ballsy. If
shit,
you live
yeah.
out there, you're insane anyways.
Yeah.
So you might
It's
have
like
the balls.
cow
to do it.
tipping
you're-
Russia
yeah.
style.
Right,
A
you're
senior-
floating on the ice caps with the polar bears if you're out there.
That's right. A senior researcher at the Russian Academy of Sciences, Anatoly Kochnev, basically said that the spray paint might wash off, but the polar bear is going to die before then because he's not going to be able to hunt, and that he thinks it was pranksters that caused it.
Oh.
Polar bears have been forced to travel farther to find food as sea ice continues to melt. And you may remember our story back in February, I sure do, of the state emergency declared in the Novaya Zemlya, Russian Arctic archipelago.
There you go.
When more than 50 polar bears took over that town and went into homes and shit. And,
that's right,
took
yeah.
over the cars. Remember
Yeah,
that?
that was awesome.
They were like, ring the town bell.
Yeah, polar bear
Ring
town.
the
Yeah, that's
honk
crazy.
the town horn. It wasn't bad enough already living there, and it's all you eat soup and hide from polar bears in that region. So that's what's going on. You got you go for it, Pat.
Oh yeah, well I do want to talk about
If you live in that region,
if you look at that region, you might, and you're a homeowner, you
Yeah.
know that it's tough to find the right home insurance coverage, even if your rates have crept up over the years. Because
Yeah.
you're in Russia. The idea of replacing your policy can seem exhausting, that and finding food. And it doesn't help that December is one of the coldest and busiest months of the year. That's why Policy Genius has reimagined the entire process so you can get the right coverage at the best price. Here's all you need to do. First, head over to policygenius.com and answer a few quick questions about yourself and your property. In my case, I can't do that because I don't own one. Then Policy
Hey, we're
Genius
looking for you.
will compare your policy against options from other top insurers to make sure you're getting the right home insurance coverage at the best possible price. They've saved their customers an average of like $690 per year just doing that. If Policy Genius finds you a better rate than what you're currently paying, they'll do all the work to get you switched. What you need to do, if you need home insurance for a new place or just want to reshop your current policy, is head to policygenius.com today. Get started on your smartphone if you want. Policy Genius. When it comes to home insurance, it's nice to get it right.
Thanks, Pat.
And I'm betting. I'm betting real quick before we close it out, Mark. I'm betting that Policy Genius could really knock some money off if you had polar bear infestation.
Yeah, Russia, listen up.
Yeah.
Far East Russia. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thanks, as always, to all of our amazing listeners. The Hive is a buzzing. Hey, we actually have a favor for you. We need you to give us a Christmas present.
No, favor for you is you doing a favor.
We have a favor to ask of you.
There you go.
We have a favor to ask of you. We need you to give us a Christmas present. We need to get to 3K reviews on Apple Podcasts by the end of the year, and we're almost there. So please smash us a 5-star review if you haven't already. And if you don't have Apple Podcasts or Apple phone, steal someone else's phone. Get a friend's phone. You're going to be home for the holidays. Grab your grandmother's, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins.
She's not using it.
Get everyone's phones. Smash 5 stars for us. Get their computers, their Macs. Smash 5 stars. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.